Fantastic. Hi. Have you ever thought about why it is that other people make money, create money, and have money, and you seem to be in the cycle of actually making money, losing it, or actually not making enough, or making enough, and then you manifest some sort of expense or something else? So if you have this experience before, if you find that money always comes in but always goes out, and you never know the secret of money, you don't understand why this happens, you don't understand the principles behind why you can't keep money or create money or actually have money in demand, then you're in luck, because today's class is all about the honest way to crack the code to creating, having, and making money on demand. My name is Gull Khan, and I help entrepreneurs like yourselves to break free from limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through the money blocks so that they can live a life in limited abundance. And today I'm going to share all my secrets with you. So if you're watching this now, please do hashtag live. If you're watching this on replay, please do hashtag replay, and I would love to share your thoughts. I will be covering questions at the end, so please do let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to get started with this. So let me share my screen so we know what we are doing. Great, there we are, fantastic. Hey Fiona, my lovely, nice of you to join us, my lovely. All right, so I'm going to put this in the corner somewhere so we are here, which is great. Awesome. Okay, so let's get cracking with it. So what we're going to talk about is I'm going to give you the 5 steps to blast through your money blocks and deliberately attract the wealth you want, need, deserve, and about time earned. Okay, so that's my promise to you today. And honestly, if you actually listen and take notes, so have pen and papers handy. If you listen to what I'm about to tell you, you will be blown away by the information. I don't know anybody else who shares so openly and so clearly the kind of information that most people keep, most gurus keep for the inner circles. But I share it so openly with everybody here. Hi Fiona, so how? All right, so what will we be covering over the next 70 minutes? So it's not going to be a long masterclass, but it will be for the next 70 minutes. We're going to cover the 3 most important principles of creating money so that you can quickly shift your energy around money and which will change the results you produce. Number 2, the critical keys for examining your misconceptions and false beliefs about money so that you can align yourself with abundance and money flows easily into your life. Number 3, we're going to create personal money map of clarity with the different types of money. So we'll be talking to you about that, the different types of money. Money is not just one type. In my books, the way I deal with money, I categorize it and I use it depending on what you're going to use the money for. I have a different category for it. So we will categorize the different types of money so that you can work simultaneously on bringing in more money and also keeping more of it. Okay, that's my secret number 3. Secret number 4. We're going to the 3 powerful actions to take today so that you can change your current financial circumstances starting today. Okay, so the tips I give you, the tools I'll give you, you can start using them today and they will start working from today. Okay, fabulous. Now, number 5 is we're going to talk about how to realize the limiting beliefs and distorted meaning that we've given to money. And this is going to be key. This is key, okay? And how to shift them so that you can manifest the money you want without the guilt or shame. Because a lot of people want money, but they feel like, oh no, if I'm spiritual, I cannot have money. If I'm religious, I cannot have money. Money is the root of all evil, so forth. We'll address all of these points then, okay? It's very, very powerful segment also. And the last thing is going to be the 5-step money breakthrough formula. And as you can see, there's a typo there. By the way, I am dyslexic, so you probably see quite a few typos in my slides, so please ignore them. Anyway, the 5-step money breakthrough formula, which will give you your exact steps to completely new energy, action, and destiny with the money. Excited? You should be. I am. I'm super excited. Let's get started. Okay, so let me lay this on the table. There is nothing for sale here. I'm not selling anything. I'm absolutely not giving you anything to buy. So you can put your credit cards away because there's nothing on sale for here at the moment, okay? Nothing on sale at all whatsoever. So you can put your credit cards away. Okay, so why are you at the perfect place? This is my favorite quote by Albert Einstein, which is, everything is energy and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you do want and you can't help but get that reality. It cannot be in no other way. This is not philosophy, it's physics. Hi, Rasila, my lovely, how are you? All right, so, and Okay, so why the perfect? Okay, as you probably can tell, I'm not the conventional guru. I'm not the really sitting down calm in a room and talking rubbish and talking pretty much gibberish, because a lot of them do talking this gibberish, and talk about in a way that which is in words and language which is so convoluted that you think, what is the person saying? I speak in very clear cut normal language, and I'm very to the point, and I do talk, but I say in a way that you can understand it. But put everything in very simplest terms and in a language that you can understand, and give you tools which you can actually use. Okay, so it's not a airy fairy thing. It's actually practical tools that you can use today, and you can manifest the life if you want now. Okay, and I give you examples of how it can be done, and I can show you how it has been done before as well. Okay, there's no need to chant endless affirmations, no need to spend endless hours on your vision boards, and there's no need to artificially, let me repeat this, no need to artificially think positively about money. Okay, when you artificially think positively about money, you are actually causing yourself hindrance, and that's why we don't want to do that. I address the root cause, not the symptoms for your money blocks. Okay, there's selling, and there's no selling, and there's nothing that I'm selling. So that's for you. Okay, this is not for you. I'm sorry. If you're looking for get quit rich scheme, if you think you can come in here and I can give you this magic formula, a magic button that you press, and then you go on and make $1 million, then I'm sorry, you're the wrong place, wrong time. I don't do things like that. I can't offer you any magic pill. There's no such thing as a magic pill. Okay, so this is not for you. If you think the idea of manifesting is just dreamy and expecting things to fall in lap, again, this is not for you, because you cannot just sit in a room, count affirmations, and expect $1 million to fall in your lap. That doesn't happen either. Okay, not in my books. If you're not prepared to look deep within yourself and address the true reasons why your money story is the way it is, and take full responsibility for your current lifestyle, for your current money story, then again, I'm not here to pamper your ego. Again, you're the wrong place. So that's not I'm not the person for you. Then that's simple as that. And finally, if you're not ready to take personal responsibility for your life, again, I am a very strong coach, and this is the absolute minimum for me. If you want to take the responsibility for yourself, if you cannot take the responsibility to change your life, then I can't help you. Okay, I'm not here to change your life. I can only show you the path. You have to walk the path. So this is very clear cut for all those who think they're looking for the next best thing. I'm not the next shiny object. I refuse to be that. This is for you, however. Hi, Naseem. Hi, Geeta. This is for you, however, if you're ready to take personal responsibility and are prepared to do the inner work to change outer reality. Okay, let me repeat that. This is for you if you are ready to take the personal responsibility and prepared to do the inner work to change outer reality. You are open-minded and are willing to listen, learn, and most importantly, implement the core principles. Okay, and finally, this is for you if you're an ambitious entrepreneur and you're determined to create financial success for yourself and for your families, and to leave a legacy behind. Okay, that's my aim. That's my aim for my children. And actually, point on that. This is so important for you to learn, that you can actually pass on to the next generation. My daughter, I've just given her the next, she's, by the way, starts secondary school tomorrow. So tomorrow's the first day of secondary school. And do you know what the gift I've given to my daughter? Do you want to hear the gift I given to her? I've given her my copy of Think and Grow Rich. The very first book I picked up years ago when I was, I think, 2021. So I picked up the book quite a while ago. I gave her the book at 11. Okay, and I said to her, this is the Bible for if you want to create and make money. We have a Quran and for our religious reasons, that's the Bible for that. The Christians have the Bible for for Christianity, and the Torahs for Jews and so forth. But Think and Grow Rich is the Bible for people who want to create and make money. Okay, so this is the gift I gave to my daughter. When she starts the first day of her secondary school, she's going to read that book. Okay, so that's how powerful this is, and this is the kind of person I am. Okay. Awesome. Hi, Susan. Nice to meet you, Jane. Lovely. Okay. Awesome. So, okay. And is this for you? Okay. This is for you also. If you are finally ready to stop listening to all that useless advice that you get about creating and making and having money. I can't say there's so much rubbish out there. There's so many purus. I mean, these people are making millions and millions, by the way, by teaching crap to the children, to the audience, excuse my language. I feel so strongly about it because they are literally coming out with rubbish, and what the teaching is not getting the people results, at least the masses anyway. And the only people who are getting wealthy are those. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm doing these free trainings, that you guys can get to understand, that you guys can learn, because everyone should have access to this information. Okay, this is for you if you're done with doing the different online programs and you're following the so-called gurus on social media, and if you you're done trying to find the magic pill, remember the magic pill we talked about earlier? If you're done doing that, if you're looking for a clear-cut pay, this is one sure shot way for you to actually make money, create money, and have money. And finally, this is for you if you're looking for, like I said, one sure shot way of solution to eliminate your money box and spending years, instead of spending years in therapy. So now, who am I and why am I qualified to tell you and talk to you about creating money and having money? So I am an author, speaker, energy transformation expert, and money mindset coach. Well, I call myself a money mindset expert now because I really do think I am a money mindset expert. I have helped from the number of people I've helped. As a trained healer, I help you break free from your limiting beliefs, reverse your money shame, and blast through your money blocks so that you can live a life of limited abundance. I am a former banking and finance lawyer. I left my corporate job to pursue my passion of becoming a money mindset expert and a healer. Okay, that's primarily in my core. I'm a healer. I help, and I am okay, so let me just give you a quick background. I'm a barrister here with the Middle Temple. I'm also duly qualified as a solicitor with the England and Wales Law Society, and I'm also qualified as a New York attorney, so with the New York Bar. I'm trained intuitive life coach, and I'm also a certified EFT expert with a special focus in money in each discipline. Okay, I've had the passion for personal development at the age of 20 and alternative healing and energy work since then for the last 20 years, and I've been on this personal development journey for the past almost 20 years, so it's been a fantastic journey so far. Anyway, and I've helped, so this is the way my authority comes in. I have helped over 100 people, men and women alike, to heal their money stories and manifest up to $730,000 within 8 weeks. So that's my sort of record. I'm a mother of 2 children and mother of 2 children and 2 cats, and I have 2 passions, money and Bollywood. And also, as you can realize, I told earlier, I am someone who's severely dyslexic. So be with me, don't mind me, and just bear with me if you do see any errors or not. Okay. So why am I doing this training? Okay, my passion and obsession with law of attraction and the law of the last past 20 years has led me naturally to work with it professionally. This is basically the point. And my money issues I've actually experienced it myself. So when I teach something about money aspects or money stories, I've actually lived it, gone through it myself. So that's why I'm an expert on it, because I've been through it, I've experienced it, and I know how to change it. And therefore, I believe I am the expert in helping everybody and actually helping people move through their stories. Okay, and I've had a lot of money coming in during my early years. I set a mental target for myself. I remember at the age of, I think it's 23, 24, I set my target that by the time I was 30, I was going to be a millionaire. By the time I was 28, I was self-made millionaire, property millionaire, but I was self-made millionaire, which, but I also, then I ended up having, I've experienced the downside of it as well, so the up and down, and then I lost the millionaire status when the property crash happened, and actually got stuck in my property, and actually that led to my financial downfall and so forth. But anyway, the point is, I've experienced the highs and lows of having money, and also when I separated from my children's father, I experienced and I realized I had manifested my mother's exact life, exactly like hers, which was single mom living on welfare with 2 young children in a very poor part of London. So I've lived through it, been there, done that. Okay, so that's my experience for it. So I'm going to shine the light of clarity. So I made my mission to shine the light on every single bit of limiting money programming to create a step-by-step map to eliminate it from the minds, emotions, and nervous systems of everyone I can. This is my passion. You can hear my voice, you can hear my mannerism, you can see in the way I am that it's coming up to 9:30 in the night in London, and I do this training on purpose at this time so that I can capture people from Australia as well as America. But even now, you can see the passion in my eyes, in my person, in my voice, because I want everybody to be aware of this information. I want everyone to know that they don't have to live the way they do. They don't have to live in lack of limitation. They can actually move forward with their life, and they can actually change their life, and they can actually make a life for themselves what they want, rather than what they've been told that they can have, and they can actually live their dreams rather than actually living. Okay, now I recently did a training on my business page, which was it's easier to make $1 million than it is to make a living, and I truly believe that. But without the information that I'm talking about today, it's very difficult to actually make the $1 million because you will be stuck in making the 9 to 5, and you'll be stuck in the daily grind. Okay, and you'll be stuck in the rat cycle. So this is why it's very important. All right, so let's get very specific. The important lesson I've learned is over my my years and experience with the ups and downs of money, I realized it's very important to get very specific when it comes to money stories and money issues. You must use a targeted, specific approach, not a general one. Okay. So imagine, for example, the example I was giving is a splinter. If you have a splinter in your hand, okay, if you have a splinter in your hand, and then you can actually go in, you read a book by Louise Hay, and you can sit there and meditate and think, no, my hand's fine, no, my hand's fine, my hand's okay. Will your hand get better? No, you have to pull the splinter out. Okay, that's the scenario behind it. So the idea is, if you have an issue which is causing you problems, which are actually manifesting in 3D reality in terms of lack and limitation and not having enough money, whatever, you have to address the core issue. You cannot address the symptoms. You cannot sit in a room and do affirmations all day expecting the issue to go away. You have to address what is causing that issue, what's the root cause of it, and then address that, and then actually move forward. Okay, I think about that in the same way for money. So for money, in the same way, you have to think very specifically about money. Why is it that I don't have money in that particular area of my life? Hence the 5 types of money will come in a bit. It's very important to know why you don't have money. Yeah. So before we get started, I want to get pen and paper, because I will be giving, and I do speak fast, so excuse my thing, but that's the way I am. I speak fast. I want to cover a lot of material. Get a pen and paper, remove all distractions, and create the space for transformation. So let's get started. So scarcity mentality, what is it? One of the biggest struggles that most people have in life is with money, okay? And yet we all need to have a relationship with money. And so even those people of you who will say, no, girl, you can survive without money. And I'll say, no, you cannot. If that's the case, then empty out your pockets, empty out everything in bank account and everything possible, and sell everything. Okay, and then that's it. Because even for day-to-day living, you need money for food. You need money for petrol if you have a car. You need money for your car. I mean, if you don't need a car, if you need to move around, you need money for transport. You need money for the tube or the bus, so on and so forth. So you need money for your basic needs. So money is important to every single person. Depending on what your needs are, that's how much money you need. Okay, so you can't get away from the fact that you actually do need money. So scarcity mentality, the beliefs that you have about money will determine if you have money or not. Let me repeat that. The beliefs we have about money determine whether we will have money or not. And this is really, really, really important to understand what are your beliefs around money. So for example, a lot of people think being prosperous is mutually exclusive from being spiritual. And I hinted about this earlier. So you think if you make money, you cannot be spiritual. If you are rich, you will no longer be this generous, kind, giving person. Because think about it. How do we think about rich people? People who have a lot of money, people who have jets and private airplanes and so forth, right? What is the general impression that we have of that? Even in the movies, think about it. How are rich people portrayed on TV? How are rich people portrayed in the movies generally? Okay, they're portrayed to be this really snobbish, selfish, greedy people, right? Okay, so if you're this spiritual, giving, generous person, gosh, you don't want to be a greedy person like the person depicted on the TV. And even if you think, okay, even if you laugh about what happens on TV and how the rich people are deployed on the TV, your subconscious mind is picking this up. So you are subconsciously trained to think that if you become rich, you'll become evil, you'll become greedy, you'll become this pompous idiot. And therefore, you don't want to be all of those, you don't want to embody all of those bad qualities. So guess what you do? You stay away from them. Okay. So this is very, very powerful. Okay. And what does being prosperous actually mean? Prosper literally means to flourish, to succeed, to thrive, to experience favorable results. That's what prosperous means, really. Okay. So how can you be prosperous, be mutually exclusive to being spiritual? Means if you are actually prosperous, if you're prosperous, it will allow you to live your dreams. It will allow you to live better. It will allow you to contribute more. It would allow you to live on a larger, grander scale. It would allow you to experience this life you live in on a larger, grander scale. Now, in the training I did on by the way, if you haven't seen that training, go on my business page, the Gull Khan, and see it. How it's easier to make $1 million than it is to make a living. I talk about I'm not going to talk about it today, but it talks about the human needs, and it's a triangle, okay. And the most basic needs are actually the first one is, food, shelter, and clothing. And the next one after that, and the next layer is actually safety and security. And if all you're doing is worrying about the first two needs, and just worrying about that, how can you live grander? How can you think about living grander? If you haven't got the money to pay your rent, and every single month you're worried about paying the bills and paying the rent and paying the mortgage and paying making food on the table, making sure that happens, how can you think larger? How can you live larger? How can you be prosperous in any shape or form? Let alone money, but in your life also, how can you travel the world? How can you experience the world in a grander scale? Because for anything, you need money. Okay, so this is very, very important. So being prosperous allows you your dreams to come true, for you to live grander on a better scale. Okay, so this is why being prosperous is absolutely vital. Being financially prosperous is absolutely vital for you to live fully in this life. Okay, and in this day and age especially. Now, many suffer because we have split energies about money, and this goes back to the first thing. So you want money. So a lot of most of my clients now, most of my clients that I attract to myself tend to be either entrepreneurs and those who are actually earning decent money, or those people who are professional backgrounds like accountants and lawyers and architects and so forth. Now, the point being, these people want to have money, they want to make money, but they also feel guilty about wanting it. And which is really odd if you think about it. So you want to have money, but you feel guilty about having it. So do you think you'll have it? Of course not, because you've got split energy about money. You will try. So these, especially when it comes to entrepreneurs, you put all the effort. So a lot of my clients who come to me, they once they've cleared the blocks, they manifest money really quickly because we've eliminated the blocks. So I'll give you an example of that, a recent example of that, and that would be someone like Meagher. So Meagher is a client that, who's just finished the boot camp, and she's done 8 weeks of that. And with her, she was, she's an energy healer, and really fantastic energy healer also. But she had this really severe money blocks, and she was actually, she came to me, and honestly, she's probably as powerful as any healer as I am, but obviously my focus is on money. So when we started working together, and she was part of the group and everything, and every week she would have a breakthrough. Every week she had a breakthrough, and she set a target, because when you come and work with me, we set a target. So we set a target, for her to have a certain amount of money, by the end of the 8 weeks, and obviously it was always for the 12 months, so over the next 12 months. So she had a target for the 8 weeks and target for the 12 months. And lo and behold, I didn't teach her any skills about marketing. I didn't teach her any way how to build her business. I didn't tell her where to market herself. I didn't tell her who to go and be, get as clients, or who her clients should be. I don't cover any of that. I'm not a business coach, and I don't pretend to be. I have a thriving business. I'm very good at it, but I'm not teaching, and I'm not an expert in business, so therefore I don't hold one. I have a business coach myself. So I didn't teach her any of these things yet. She, after the week, I think it's week 6, I had a chat with her. So we just finished it last week, which was week 8. So yeah, so after 6, within 6 weeks of doing that, and after doing that boot camp, she got on the call with me, and she confided in me, and I'll be doing case study. This case study will be available on my gullkhan.com website very, very shortly, because I'm doing a series of case studies with these amazing people. She shared with me that she has already manifested clients which are basically high-end high-ticket clients, which will cover her money not for the 8 weeks that she wanted, but for the 12 months. So she's got 5 clients which will cover her her money, her set target money-wise for the 12 months, not just the 5 weeks. And the backstories, by the way, she's also shared with me, and she will be sharing this in the video when I do the case study, that she hadn't made any money for the last few years. Even though she's very good with money in terms of saving, her money used to come from her partner. She personally wasn't bringing any money in. So from not bringing any money in for the last few years to getting to a point where she's manifesting left, right, center, somebody offered her house and somebody else is giving her something else, and all these manifestations, but her own business, she's manifested 5 high-end clients which cover the money that she wants over the next 12 months rather than just the 8 weeks. And that was a powerful story. Now that showed to me the fact that, and I always say this, you have all the tools. If you're an entrepreneur, you know the skills, you know what you need to do. You have all the resources, you have all the knowledge, you know what to do. It's not it's not the implementation of the issue. It's your thinking. It's not, as Wallace D. Waddle says in The Science of Getting Rich, it's not how you do things. It's Basim says, can you speak a little slowly? I'll try, Basim. I'll try, my lovely. I will try. What was I saying? So, as Wallace D. Waddle says in The Science of Getting Rich, it's not the doing of things which gets serious. It's thinking in a certain way which gets you, and thinking in a certain way and doing things which gets you the prosperity and the riches. So money comes to you not because of doing things, it's because you're thinking in a certain way before you take the action. And that's vital. That's absolutely vital. And that's what Meagher did. And Meagher has now gone to become a very prosperous and one of my very successful clients. Okay, so the abundant and prosperous attitude will not only pay your bills, but make you feel calm, this calmness inside you that you've never felt before. It would allow you to thrive and experience all that life has to offer. Okay, and that is absolutely key. Being prosperous is not just about, when you become prosperous, it's not just about money. It means you become prosperous in all areas of your life. You become prosperous in all spheres of your life. And this is the beauty of when you have the right mindset and the right energy around money. Because when you sort your money story out, everything else seems to start falling into place. You have the time, the energy, and the space in your mind to be able to focus on your relationships, to be able to focus on what you want in this life, to be focus on, okay, what's my life purpose, and to focus on, okay, what do I want, and where do I want to go? If you're stuck in the thinking of, okay, how do I pay my next bill, how do I pay my rent, how do I pay my mortgage, how do I keep the food on the table, how do I pay my car payments, if you're stuck in that, or I've got this expense coming up and I've got that expense coming up, and I'm making $3,000 but my expenses are $3,500, and that tends to be the case, by the way. So most entrepreneurs who come to me, they're making this money, they're making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, even $5,000, but unfortunately they also manifest expenses which are just as high. So they may make $3,000 and the expenses are $3,500. They make $5,000, but the expenses are $6,000. So this is the rut they need to come out from. Okay. Oh, let me have some water. So the big picture is the thoughts and beliefs you hold have made you what you are and where you are, and will continue to do so. I'm going to repeat that. The thoughts and beliefs you hold that have made, that you hold internally in your head, okay, not what you verbalize for a few moments, but which you are. So let me say this again. The dominant thoughts and beliefs you hold internally that made you who you are, and will make you what you are, who you are, where you are, and will continue to do so. But this also means you can change your relationship with money today, and it all begins with you. Okay, if you take on the power, you take on the responsibility. Okay, I'm this at this point in my life because of my own beliefs, because of my own ideologies, because of the way I am personally. That you know for a fact that if everything in my life is because of my past thinking, that means my present can change and my future can change, because I can change my thinking now. Okay? And when you change your thinking, when you change your thoughts and energies, then you change your vibration. I'm going to come on to that in a bit. Okay, so now let's go through the step-by-step process. So if this process I'm going to give you, if you understand and apply the step-by-step process I'm about to give you, it will dramatically and rapidly change your life. It's a warning to you guys. Be prepared. Okay, not every, and I know for this for a fact, anybody who's watching this, not everybody will apply these principles. I know that from the law of averages and from what my previous experience with clients and people and so forth. I know that everybody would go and apply these principles. I know that for a fact. But for the 1% or the 2% of people who do, I can guarantee this for you, that your life will dramatically and rapidly change starting from today. Okay, and that's it. It will be very small increments at the beginning, but if you continue with it and you persist with it, you will find 12 months down the line your life will be unrecognizable. You'll be in a complete different state, complete different financial state, complete different emotional and health state. Okay, so this is my guarantee for you. Okay, so what are the core principles? Okay, so these are core principles. For those of you who have attended any of the training, you'll probably know these core principles, because I teach them in pretty much every training I do, because I believe they're the foundation of. Before I can teach you anything else, you need to be on the same page with me. You need to understand the 3 core principles, which are very true. They're my truth. Okay, that's my truth. That's the way I see it, and the truth of the law of attraction. These are the facts. Okay, so you need to be aware of these principles, and that's why I cover them again. So if you have had this before, I do apologize, but bear with me, because I want to make sure everybody who's watching this training gets to be on the same page. So what are the 3 core principles? The very first principle is money is just energy. Okay, money, like everything else in the universe, is just energy, which means your hair, your thoughts, your ideas, your justifications, my mic here, the water, everything, absolutely everything in the universe or multiverse, whatever you want to call it, because we live in a universe, but it's not just one universe, it's multiverse. But anyway, everything that ever existed is all just energy. It's just it's just particles of vibrating at a very high speed, and depending on the speed of the particles, it'll be either solid, liquid, or gas. You can either see or not see it. So everything and absolutely everything is vibrating, okay, because everything is just energy, and that's it, and that includes money. First principle. Okay, so that's the first principle. Second principle, all energy resonates at a particular vibration. So if everything is energy, the principle number 2 is everything vibrates at a particular frequency. It has to. There is no other way around it. Okay, so the actions we take, the thoughts and beliefs and the feelings we have all carry a particular vibration. Let me repeat that. The actions we take, the thoughts we have, the beliefs we have, the words we use, the way we think, the way we everything, okay? Everything that you do, say, or believe all holds a particular vibration. Okay, all holds a particular vibration because you're vibrating a particular frequency. When you say that word, this is a particular frequency, that's a particular frequency, this is a particular frequency. Do you see the difference? It's all frequency. They're all vibrating at a particular frequency, okay? That's core principle number 2. Principle, so the energy for example, the energy of appreciation vibrates at a very different frequency than the energy of frustration. See the difference? So the energy of being grateful is going to be very different from the energy of moaning, groaning, and cringing about life. Okay, 2 different vibrations. The energy of happy and being joyful and chirpy and loving is very different from the energy of depression, sad, and being melancholy and so forth. See the difference? Okay, you can even see the difference. All right. Now this is key, people. This is key. Listen up, okay? Don't go on the simplicity of it. By the way, I put things very simply for a purpose so that you understand, that everybody will understand and can apply these principles, okay? Don't be fooled by these the simplicity of it. So principle number 3 is your dominant vibration. So at any given moment, your most dominant vibration is being broadcasted into the universe, into the world, to everyone and everything around us. Okay, you're like this. It's like you're the tower, the satellite dishes. When you go outside TV stations, they have those satellite dishes and whatever. It's broadcasting stuff to outside, and the satellite outside is picking it up. So this is what you're doing. So at any given time, your dominant thoughts and your ideas are creating a particular vibration. So you're vibrating at a particular frequency, and that's decided by your thoughts and the dominant thoughts. So if any particular moment in time, if you've been happy and you're happy and you're thinking happy thoughts, your dominant vibration is being happy. If any particular time you're sad, your dominant vibration at that moment in time is being sad. Okay, that is it. So any given time, you're always giving out vibration. Okay, it's a particular frequency: sad, happy, not really bothered, apathy, whatever. Okay, that's the idea, and you're giving it to everyone and everything around you. Okay, now the vibration becomes, and this vibration, when you give it off, gets attracted to and aligned with everything that's on that frequency, that's vibrating on that particular frequency. For example, I always give, this is the law of resonance, so it has to be the case. So for example, you have, hi Donna, hi Gina. So yeah, we've got a question, Susan. I don't mean to, but honey, I just want to tell you this course is awesome. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. That's very kind of you, Susan. Thank you, my lovely. Okay. I've lost my train of thought. Where was I? That's very kind of you, Susan. I really appreciate it. By the way, Susan was one of my high-end clients. She's one of my she's on the boot camp, so I have to just let you guys know she's on my boot camp. So that's very kind of you. Thank you so much, sweetie. Okay, where was I? Okay, so yeah, at any particular time, you're giving out this vibration. So your dominant vibration, so this that you have at any particular moment is being sent out. But that also means if you are predominant, not everybody can have the emotion 100% of the time, but I said you dominant vibration. So I am happy, chirpy, and full of life 80% of the time. 80% of the time when I'm awake, I'm always like this. I'm jumping off, I'm bouncing off the walls, and I'm happy, go lucky, and blah 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 blah. Okay. 20% of the time, I may be, a bit low, a bit sad, melancholy, whatever, because I'm human. I'm allowed to have these emotions also, right? Okay? But the idea is your dominant vibration that you give out to, so if you 80% of the time, you're giving out happy, grateful, joyful vibration to the universe, then that is your dominant vibration. And therefore, you'll get attracted to everything that's aligned on that frequency. And guess what? guess what? That includes money, which means you can change your dominant vibration overall. Generally, I'm not saying you have to be like this 100% of the time, but generally, like, the dominant vibration can be very happy and be aligned with a frequency that's the same as money. And therefore, money has no choice but to get aligned with you and be attracted into your life. It's simple as that. So money, there's a phrase that the Bob Proctor, somebody that actually one of the first people I listened to, and learned from. I read his book, You Were Born Rich. I think it was about 21, 22 when I read that. And I read that. This is a book I read after Think and Grow Rich. He talks about, and I love Bob Proctor. He puts things in very simply, and that's where I learned my teaching technique that comes from Bob Proctor. So I want to give credit where it's due, because he puts things very, very simply, and that's how I've learned to do it. So make things look very, very simple so that everybody can understand and everybody can implement it. Anyway, so Bob Proctor says that money can't speak, but money can hear. Okay. So if you call money in the right way, money has no choice but to come to you. It has no choice but to come to you. But how do you call money? You don't just sit there and scream it from the rooftops like, money, come here, money, come here. You don't do that. That's not how calling money. For you to call money, you have to be aligned with the energy of money, to be on the same frequency of money. And money has no choice but to be, to be aligned with you and to come and be attracted to and be with you. And that's pretty much in the basis of law of attraction. That's it. Okay, so the vibration, because the dominant vibration becomes attracted to and aligned with everything that's vibrating on a particular frequency, and this includes money, and therefore that's how money comes to you. So therefore, change your dominant vibration about money, and money will have to come to you. Okay, see how powerful this is? See how powerful this is? This is very simple, but yet very, very powerful principle. And a lot of people miss this point, okay? A lot of people miss this point. So before we can create an external relationship with anything in the universe, we must have an energetic internal relationship with it first, okay? Everything begins with you inside first, okay? So your relationship with money, okay? How is your relationship with money defined? So any thoughts you have, any beliefs you have, any meanings you've assigned to it, the choices you make in relation to it, the way you secretly and internally feel about money in your heart and mind, that will determine how what is your relationship with money. Quite simple, simple as that. It's not what you say openly in front of people. It's what you say internally in the secret, which will determine how you feel about money. And this is unfortunately very, very true. And I see this with a lot of entrepreneurs, and with the new age thought coming, yeah, I am very prosperous and money is great and money is easy to come by. But internally, they're having this internal battle with money, and they're having to let go of their old money stories, and therefore they're not manifesting the kind of thing they can manifest. They're not manifesting the kind of life they would let manifest. And I'm not saying this will happen overnight. It can, depending on how quickly you can change your reality, how quickly you can align yourself with money, and people do manifest, a lot of money. But for me, I personally have seen a journey for myself where this took a couple of years. So I started on this journey about 2 years ago internally, to start literally starting from sub-zero because of my marriage broke up. I started from sub-zero. I was in a lot of debt with 2 children, living on welfare, and that's where I started from. So that's when I started teaching the principles of money. And remember, the first year I taught free. I didn't charge any money for it. I did it on purposely free. And the reason why I did that was because I was at that time, trying to, find out where I was getting my money from and whatever. So I made money in different ways. I didn't, any energy clearing I didn't charge for it. I made money other ways by selling this and by doing that and by doing affiliate marketing or whatever else. So I brought money in elsewhere, not from actually my coaching practice. And even though I wanted to, but I didn't. Okay, the first year was pretty much free. I didn't charge any money for it. Then I did, and I found when I was doing for free, my clients didn't get as good a results. When I started charging money, and the more money I charged, the more my clients made money. It was funny. It was actually quite hilarious that the graph grew as I charged more money for my clients manifested more. But that's a different topic. I'll talk about another time. Why that happens. Okay, so what the idea is, you need to transform your relationship with money, and you can't help create, make, and have money. You need to create more powerful, energetic relationship with money before money shows up in the 3D in your bank accounts and in your purse. Okay, simple as that. Money will show up, but you have to welcome it, and you have to call it, and you have to, and I call it in a particular way, not by screaming on top of the rooftops, but calling in a different way. Okay, you have to align your daily choices and actions with this new relationship. You have to do that. You can't just make a mind up and think, you can't sit in a room for 5 minutes and chant affirmations, say, oh, I love money and I love you, money, and and then the rest of the time go out and behave and do things which is completely contradictory to having an abundance mindset. And if you're trapped in the old mindset, you won't be able to create the kind of money you want. It's purely simple as that. So now the next question becomes out is, how do we create a more aligned and powerful relationship with money? Okay, that's the simple next question. Okay, great question. So let's answer that. So first of all, let's answer this question. What exactly is money? What exactly is money? Money is just a measure of payment, okay? It has no meaning. It does not have opinions, okay? Contrary to what most people believe, money does not have opinions. Money does not have a love-hate relationship. Money does not care if you're rich and poor, if you're tall, if you're short, if you're fat, if you're ugly, if you're good-looking, if you're fair, if you're dark, if you're bisexual, heterosexual, homosexual. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. It has no opinion about you whatsoever. It doesn't care. It cares only how you think and feel about it. That's it. Your sexual orientation, your race, your color, your creed, your location has absolutely no meaning to it. Okay, none at all. And I've seen this happen with so many people, because people with people who have have no actually special benefits or advantages, have grown up and actually made life for themselves in a fantastic and magnanimous way. And there are others who are born into luxury or with all the opportunities in the world, and they hardly use anything of it. It's simple as that. Okay, the money does not have the power to decide where it will go. It has no power whatsoever. Contrary to what most people believe, money does not decide where it goes. It doesn't. Okay, you decide whether you are going to call money or not. Money does not have the power or the mental capacity to decide it's going to come to you or not come to you. Simple as that. Okay. So this was to understand. So what is the determining factor? What determines it? Okay. The most important factor is the meaning we assign to money. Okay, the meaning you assign to money is the determining factor. It really is. At the moment we assign a meaning, we create a belief about what that thing is. We think money is hard to get. For example, money is the root of all evil, or money makes you greedy, or money makes you, I don't know. Having money, you need to work hard to make money, or money makes you, I don't know, more sexy, whatever meaning you give to money, whatever meaning you assign to it will make you have a belief around it. Okay, so that is, you decide what beliefs you have. So that begs the question, and what beliefs do you have around money? Okay, what beliefs and ideas do you have around money? Now, I know this for a fact from studying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and reading, by the way, God knows how many books in psychology and so forth. I know that, and working with over 100 people, 100 men and women. I can officially say I worked with over 100 men and women. When you've done that, that I know for a fact that most of your programming is done between the ages of 0 to 5. Okay, most of your programming is done between the ages of 0 to 7, not 0 to 5, 0 to 7. So 80% of your internal programming about everything, not just money, about everything. And that determines, how you eat, what to eat, how you eat and what you eat, where you live and what you're going to do and so forth. You're pretty much everything that you do, everything by the way you do is an autopilot. You don't think how you're going to pick up a glass and drink it. You don't think how you're going to play football. You don't think how you're going to tie your shoelaces. You don't even think how you're going to drive the car. You just get in the car and drive. Okay. You're on autopilot 95% of the time, by the way. 95% of the time, everything you do is on autopilot. Your subconscious mind is taking forward. You don't get to decide consciously. You don't consciously decide how you're going to speak. You don't consciously decide how you're going to move your hands and gestures, what gestures you're going to use. You don't decide how you're going to stand. You don't decide how you're going to speak. That's just subconscious. That's how you're programmed to. Okay, and the program, so your internal programming, 80% of it is done by the ages of 0 to 7. It's done by your primary caregivers, your mom and dad, or your foster parents, or your grandparents, or your aunts and uncles, whatever, whoever's looking after you. Okay, so that's where that's it. That's the first thing to understand. And we get programmed about beliefs about certain things as well. So not only do we get programmed in terms of how to behave and how to take a shower and how to eat and how to speak and what to do, we also are downloaded with this internal programming about our beliefs, how things work, how the world works, how everything works around us. That's just it. Okay, we are given this programming by our parents or our primary caregivers as a thing, and we don't get to choose. We don't get to choose whether we accept it or not, we just accept it, because remember, you are your conscious beliefs, your conscious mind is not fully formed until the age of 7. Okay, around the age of 7, 6 or 7, it starts forming, and then you have your own identity. Okay, I'm my own person. Until that age, your subconscious mind is made, and your conscious mind is still forming. Okay, so it doesn't. So if you think of this way, excuse me. Gina says, you speak extremely fast, just like me. I'm trying to speak slowly, but I have so much to go through. I do apologize for those of you. This will be available on the replay, so you can watch it again and again. I do apologize, but I've got a lot to get through. But I do speak, but I'm speaking very clearly. I know that I'm a very good speaker, so I do apologize for those I'm speaking. I think who are not native speakers. I do speak fast, so I do apologize. And I am drinking water, Basim. I am. So going back to this, what was I saying? I've lost my trail of thought now. Oh my God, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Okay, and anyway, I'll come back to me. I had an example in mind that I was going to give out. Anyway, so your beliefs are formed between the ages of 0 to 7. And we learn or get programmed beliefs about, oh yeah, I was going to give you the example of the subconscious and conscious mind. So if you imagine the subconscious mind is like an airplane. Okay, your subconscious mind is an airplane which gets programmed, which is a massive, massive airplane, which gets programmed by the people who make it, which is your mom and dad, pretty much, right? And the conscious mind is the pilot. So the plane comes first, it's formed and programmed first, the pilot comes later. And remember, the pilot is very weak, it's a tiny, tiny human being against this massive airplane, which is very powerful and it's already been programmed. So the job for the pilot is to steer the wheel and actually allow somebody on the plane or not on the plane. That's pretty much all that the conscious mind can do. It's depending on what's already programmed on the plane, it can go a particular place or not go a particular place. Okay, so this is the metaphor I give. So depending on what your beliefs are, you either believe it's possible for you or it's not possible for you. So your beliefs will determine what it is, and the conscious mind can just either go with it or not, and that's it. Okay, and that's unfortunately the problem. So before, for example, if you want to go on that plane, if you want to go to say Istanbul, and it's programmed to go to Japan, okay, it was programmed to go to Tokyo, you will have to reprogram the airplane before it can go to Istanbul. Otherwise it's going to go to Tokyo. Okay, the pilot cannot do anything. He has to first reprogram the airplane, and that's pretty much the scenario here. Okay, that's the example I was going to give you. Okay, so now coming back to this thing, some of those beliefs become so powerful, they become what I call paradigms. Okay, these beliefs are so powerful, they become your paradigms, which means you never ever question them. For example, a table has a top and 4 legs. You never question that, do you? Never question, oh well, does a table really have 4 legs? No. Okay, you don't question it. That's a paradigm. That's it. So you get programmed in terms of believing this is how the world works. This is how money works. This is how things are for us. Do you see how powerful this is? And you don't even question. You don't even question those beliefs because they become paradigms. So, for example, for me, one of my paradigm because I believe I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in God. I'm Muslim, so I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I believe that God exists. Okay, so for me, that's a paradigm that you can't say or do anything to change that belief about me. Okay, simple as that. Okay, then you'll meet someone who's an atheist, right? And there's nothing you can do for you to change their mind. You can give them any example in the sun. Then someone say no, God doesn't exist. And then you meet somebody who's from another background who's Christian, and for that person who's a very strong avid Christian will believe Jesus is God, and Jesus is whatever, it's part of the Trinity and so forth. And there's nothing you can say to change his mind because that's his paradigm. That's how he is. The belief is so ingrained, it's part of your psyche. So that's what paradigms are. Okay, so the starting point is, what meaning have you already assigned to money? What meaning? So write this down. What meaning have you already assigned to money? This meaning that you've assigned is part of the energy you are sending out to the universe. Keep this in mind. So when you think of money, what do you think of it? What meaning have you assigned to it? Is money easy to make? Is money hard to make? Does money come and go easily? If you make money, will people take it away? Is it evil to make money? Is it evil to have money? Or does money corrupt you? Does money make you happy? Does money make you sad? What meanings have you attached to money? Okay, that's powerful. And then remember, depending on your belief, whatever you're believing around money, this is part of your paradigm. This is the dominant energy you're sending out into the universe in terms of whether you're going to have money or not have money. Okay, next one. So the law of attraction, okay? Your experience of money, including how much you manifest and how much you keep in your external world, is a direct reflection of the vibration you hold within your inner thoughts and feelings. Let me repeat that. Your experience of money, including how much you manifest, how much you keep in your external world, like your purse and your wallet or in your bank accounts, is a direct reflection of the vibration you hold within yourself, within your inner thoughts and feelings. Okay? So what does this mean? This means if you have consciously or unconsciously assigned meaning to money, that is disempowering, i.e. negative beliefs about money. Example, money is the root of all evil. It means that is what you're giving out to the universe, which means you are repelling money. Okay, and this is your energetic signal that you're sending out into the universe. And guess what? Money is just responding back. All money is doing is responding back. It's not saying, oh no, you're from Asia, I can't come to you. It doesn't say, oh no, you're Caucasian, I can't come to you. It doesn't say, oh no, Gull, you're dyslexic, I can't come to you. It doesn't say anything like that. It doesn't care if I'm dyslexic. It doesn't care if I'm very severely dyslexic. It doesn't care if I talk fast. It doesn't care if I talk slow. It doesn't care what I say. It cares about how I think and feel about it. And if I think and feel good about it, it'll come to me. And I always give another example. So I normally, and I usually talk about this in my boot camp quite a lot. I always say, treat money as a lover. Okay, treat money as a reluctant lover, or somebody that you really really like. For example, if you go into a room and you see the most gorgeous guy or the most gorgeous girl there, right? And you think, oh my God, I really want to talk to her, or I really want to talk to him, right? But so you look at them and you give them, you give them the eye or whatever. You want to talk to this person, this individual, this girl or the guy. Guess what? 1 second. You really want to talk to this person, but internally, you're saying, no, she's too good looking, or he's too good looking. He wouldn't want to be like this. He must be very arrogant. She can have everyone, or he can have everyone. You're saying all these negative things about this individual. Keep this in mind. You haven't verbalized. You haven't said it out loud. You haven't said it to him or her. You haven't said it to anybody else. You've just internally said all these things, all these negative feelings about this person. Now, if that's the case, how likely is that guy or girl to talk to you? If you have all these negative feelings about him or her, not very much likely, is it? Unlikely, totally unlikely. Most likely, the person will pick it up and unconsciously, and will be repelled from you. Will actually either not look at you, or if they do look at you, they'll look at you like, well, what are you, kind of a thing. They'll reciprocate the same feelings back to you, and you won't even know why. I didn't say anything. What did I say? Right? Okay, so this is very, very powerful. Really, really powerful. If you want people to like you, then you have to like them first, right? Money. You have to like and love money first before money can send that money back to you, right? Okay, so like attracts like. So these are 3 principles. Change the meaning, okay? Change the meaning you've given to money, number 1. Step number 2, change your dominant vibration. We haven't got dominant there. Change your dominant vibration when it comes to money, the way you think about money, the way you believe about money, the way the way you feel about money. And thirdly, it has to be, money will flow into your life. Okay, so if you change the money, give the meaning, give to money, you change your dominant vibration about what you send out to the universe about money, then money has no option but to flow into your life. There is no other option around it. Okay, and this is the key. This is the key. Now, this brings me on to the. Okay, so we are going a bit over time, but never mind. This leads me on to the point of the 5 different, the different types of monies, okay? There's 4 different types of money. I said 5 earlier, didn't I? Sorry, it's 4. So different types of money. So when I talk about money, I don't talk about money in just the sense of, as money itself. Money has different feelings and different attributes. So when you have savings, it's a different feeling. When you have debt, it's a different feeling. When you have income, it's a different feeling. When you have income goals, it's a different feeling, okay? Every type of money will have different emotion and different feelings attached to it, and therefore will have different corresponding reactions to it. Let's go through this. So what's income? Income is the direct flow of money into your life that's exchanged for your time and money. Okay, it represents both survival and the level at which you value yourself, your energy, your time, and your experience. Okay, when thinking about your income can trigger and reveal programmed emotions about survival in the society. Okay, these are the emotions and thoughts that people are involved with. So people, what am I worth, and how should I be paid, and whatever. So the kind of the it indicates how you were taught to view your ability to thrive or survive in the society. Okay, this particular income, income itself, the kind of income level you have a threshold of income. There's upper and lower one. Okay, so you always stay in that threshold. You never go above it unless you change your internal money story. You tend to stay in this income threshold, and this means that people who come over who want to become entrepreneurs, whatever, they get stuck, and they actually get stuck for a while. And most people actually say that because there's very few entrepreneurs who actually make it. If you look at the stats, very few make it. Most of them actually go back to their jobs again because they haven't broken this threshold, the upper threshold. They cannot go past it. So therefore, and this income will indicate whether you can thrive or whether you can survive. And and think about it, are you barely surviving, or are you actually thriving? What kind of level of income do you have, and what are you doing with the money? What is the money doing for you? Are you the kind of person who who regularly puts money away and invests the money and lets your money grow for you, or are you spending it, or are you manifesting expenses? Do you have this rainy day fund, and every time you have a rainy day fund, guess what? Rainy day appears and you spend the money, right? What's happening to you, when it comes to income? And also your income. So now this is powerful. If you don't take anything else, take this away from today's training, okay? Your income is a metaphorical reflection of your beliefs about your personal and professional market value. Oh my God, this is so powerful. I'm going to repeat it. Your income is a metaphorical reflection of the beliefs about your personal and professional market value. So basically it tells you what you personally think the market values your time and energy and experience. That's it. Okay. And the reason why I can say this with authority is because there'll be some people with people in the same field, pretty much sometimes in the same company, and they've been working with the same sort of experience, but they're earning completely different amounts of money. And this is more prevalent with different companies. You work for a different company, but why? You have the same education, you have the same background, you have the same access to opportunities, but one makes 100,000, other makes 30,000. Okay, so why? Why is that? Right? This is the reason why. Oh, okay. Okay. Next one. There's a lot more to go on that, but I haven't got the time to go for it. So that's just oh, have I missed something? Okay, sorry, I did miss it. So income. The key to income level is your belief in your personal worth and the value that what you do and of what you do and what you give. And this is particularly why many people with no educational training thrive financially, and others with great credentials have a hard time asking for what they're worth. And this is one of the main reasons why I see in entrepreneurs, when they leave. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs I attract to, because I'm a professional background, I attract a lot of entrepreneurs who come from corporate backgrounds. These people who were on six figures and they had, X, Y, Z experience, and, and they come from these blue chip companies and whatever. And I myself come from, some of the top law firms in the UK. And, when you change your professions like that, your worth is attached to your profession. Let me repeat that. Your self-worth gets attached to your profession. So when you're trying to make it go in a different profession, in a different way, you have difficulty asking what your self-worth is, because now you don't have the experience, you don't have the thing that you had in your work, in your job. So you're no longer a lawyer or an architect or an accountant or whatever. So how do you make money online? How can you ask for money online? So that's a real problem that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they come on to become coaches, have experience. That's one of the things they're really experienced is actually selling the services. They're unable to sell their services because they don't internally believe they can, and they don't believe they're worth it. Okay, if your belief in your value is low, and this is also key, if your belief in your value is low, subconsciously, you will always either keep income low or work very hard for your money. I'm going to repeat that. If your belief in your value is low, subconsciously, you always either keep your income low or you compensate for it by actually working really hard. So you work 10 times as hard to make the same amount of money that somebody actually that makes, for the 4-hour week. That can't happen for you, because you'll make sure that you're always making you're always working that much harder. So if you make too much, if you make a certain amount of money, either you won't make that amount of money, but if you start making that amount of money, you have to work 80 hours, 100 hours a week, and you will sacrifice some other part of your life, either your relationships or your health or your social life or something. Okay, and the idea behind it, oh, you don't, there's no such thing as free lunch. You have to sacrifice something. Hell no. I mean, I'm not saying don't work hard. I've done 20-hour days in the past. I don't do it anymore, but I've done that in the past. But and now I've got a team that I have, who help me to build my business. But before, when I was doing everything by myself, I was doing 20 hours a week. But it was for a short period of time, and it was, and I knew that could be sustained. Otherwise, I would have a burnout. I couldn't sustain that. But that's because I had the mindset behind it. But most people will think, well, if I want to be having this kind of money, I need to be working, working till 3 a.m. Why the hell do you want to do that? You want to go and live a life, enjoy yourself. So that's income. Let's go into savings now. So what is savings? The question is, what exactly is savings? Savings is just a buffer against emergencies, which increases security. Okay, that's it. That's all savings is. It's a buffer against emergencies and increases security. And lack of savings equals lack of security. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, so now the way to deal with this is look in the past and see if there's something that reminds you of an incident in the past where you lost something important or someone special or felt a loss of freedom on some sort of level. So this will indicate the reason your story around savings. Okay, so look to the past, see if there's something that reminds you of an incident in the past where you lost something important or someone special and a felt of loss of freedom on some sort of level. These past times of great loss may also be partially responsible for your lack of financial security, because lack of savings triggers the same feelings of abandonment and loss. See how powerful this is? And most people won't even think of equating this. They'll think, oh, because I don't have savings because I'm a very poor saver. I don't have savings because I end up spending. I don't have savings because my ex did this. I don't have savings because my husband liked this. I don't have savings because my children, my husband, my father, my mother, my grandfather, whatever. The excuses and the list goes on and on and on. Okay. But actual fact is, the reason why you don't have savings is because this old trauma is actually playing a role in your life. Okay, that's what saving means, right? So let's go into debt now. Debt. Now, debt is the most damaging, and from all of the different types of money, and brings up the darkest emotions one can experience when someone is in debt. Okay, is by far the most damaging of all 4 types of money. Okay. People typically report of deep and overwhelming shame, embarrassment, failure, anxiety, fear, and sadness when they think about the debt. Okay, look at the powerful emotions. Look at these powerful emotions. Okay, now if you have these emotions, these powerful emotions, when it comes to debt and you have debt, do you think you will ever think about debt? Do you think you will work out a way to overcome debt? Do you think you'll sit down and spend time and energy and physically spend the energy to actually work out a plan to actually get out of debt? No, because you'll just avoid thinking about it. You just will. Subconsciously, your subconscious might think, no. If I think about debt consciously, it's going to cause her too much pain, too much shame, too much embarrassment. Let's not think about it. Let's think about what's happening in the drama. Let's think about what's happening in the soap opera. Let's think about what X, Y, and Z is doing over next weekend. Or something else. Do you see how powerful this is? Really? Right? So now this is also something which is absolutely key, and very few people actually realize this and are even talking about it. Debt can be an energetic manifestation of subconscious old memories of shame and feelings that you are not good enough to be financially solvent. I'm going to repeat that. Debt can be an energetic manifestation of subconscious old memories of shame and feelings that you are not good enough to be financially solvent. And this is something that you have to sit back and actually think about. Okay, so what exactly happened in my past? And that's where I'm going to talk about money stories. So by the way, the income and savings that I'm talking about, this is the kind of thing that I cover in my high end I don't have 1-to-1 anymore, my high end group coaching. And I talk to my clients through, and I talk them through these emotions, and I talk them through these stories, for them, and actually clear these stories for them. This is what I work with my clients on, because these are so important. And most people have not even thought about it. They don't see the connection until I bring it up and I to make them realize why the debt is showing up in their life and how that is connected to the past and why that past is so important to heal. And that's why I call myself a healer. I call myself, my external title is money mindset expert, but actually what I really am at my core is a healer. I heal your money stories because I go and I heal your emotions, your old wounds, your old traumas. And this is important because until those have been healed, until your old past stories have been rewritten, until your inner wounds have healed, you cannot live the life of your dreams because you'll be held back, because your vibration will be kept low. Okay, you may artificially have a high vibration for a small period of time, consciously using willpower, but that's not good enough, because remember, 95% of the time you're using your subconscious mind, and that's what needs to be in place. So when we heal your money stories, when we heal your traumas, when we heal your internal stories, things come up. Okay, and things flourish naturally. And when your money stories are healed up, your vibration goes up. Guess what? People, circumstances, situations, opportunities turn up, which you don't even think was possible before. Then they miraculously turn up because you're now in alignment with all this high vibration. Make sense? Yeah? Awesome. Okay, so let's go with it. Carry on. Debt. So what is debt? Debt is just emotional response similar to lack of savings, but goes a lot deeper. Remember, it's a lot more darker. It's a lot more sinister than savings. Throughout your day, you remember your debt. Okay, if you're in debt, by the way, you can deny it, but this is the truth. You will, if not on conscious level, but on subconscious level, you will think about debt so many times, and strong negative emotions will be triggered, and thereby it will lower your vibration. Simple as that. Now tell me this. If on a daily basis you get, subconsciously you think about debt and your vibration gets lowered and all these negative emotions are associated with money, do you think money will come to you? Do you think you'll manifest more of debt? Yeah? See how this works? See how powerful this is? See why the law of attraction hasn't worked for you up until now? Do you see? So I want you to have a moment of consciousness. So think about this. Now we've talked about all of these, and I've talked about different stories. Think about this. When you say my nervous system is wired to connect these emotions with money and wealth. So think about it. What emotions has come up? When I talked about income, when I talked about savings, when I talked about debt, what emotions came up? What came up? Right? Oh, did I cover income goal? Oh, I haven't. Okay, income basically. So I'm missing a slide there, by the way. So let me talk about income for a minute. So your income goals. We've talked about income, but income goals are basically the amount of money that you want to make, and that you are set. So you have all these gurus talking about you need to set your income goals, and you have to set these goals, and use this exercise to set this goal, and use this exercise to set this goal. But seriously, you can set all the goals in the bloody world, but how are you going to achieve it? Because if you're stuck in this threshold, this upper threshold, if you can't break that upper threshold, you're not going to achieve your income goal. Simple as that. You can set goals till till the cows come home, all night long, but still you will not be able to break that income threshold, because until you know what your income threshold is, what is your top, which is the top barrier, until you break through that, what you'll find is every time you're about to break through, or you think you break through it, you'll manifest either circumstances, or you self-sabotage either your health, you fall ill, or some situation comes up, you break up marriage, or something atrocious happens with your family or anything, or you literally something awful happens in your business and it goes back down. Seriously, that's it. That's the only thing behind it. So income, that's just the little thing about income goal, why when you think of income goal, again, it's a completely different energy, because you have to break through the threshold with the upper threshold in terms of the amount of money which you allow into your life. So that's powerful. Okay, so now coming to consciousness. So I've talked about all the 4 different types of money. Now think back now. Think, what is it that I think about money when what do I think when I think about savings? What do I think and feel when I think about debt? What do I think and feel when I think about my income? What do I think and feel when I think of that income goal that I have? What is it? Okay. And write this down. Okay, so I say these habitual things about money, about and about to me, but they're not true. Okay, for example, money never comes in, or money never shows up, or money is hard to make. What do you say? What do you say about money and yourself? If you're debt, I'm in debt. I'm always in debt. I can never get out of this. Is that true? Is that really true? Can you never get out of debt? Is it really true? You're a creator being in a body. Can you not get out of debt? Seriously? You are a creator being in a body. You are this. You're not this person. You are this spirit, this thing that exists within the physical body, within the physical, within the physical experience. You are a spirit having a physical experience, not a physical body having a spiritual experience. Okay, this. Bob Proctor says this beautifully. You are a spirit having this physical experience, not a physical body having a spiritual experience. Don't put it back to front. So you are a creator being in a body. You are constantly connected to the universe, to the divine source energy all the time through this connection of thought, mind, and whatever. I mean, that's another training, another time. But you just take my word for it. You are connected all the time. So you're a creator being in a body. How can you not get out of debt? Seriously? You can move the cosmos if you wanted to, and you can't get out of small debt. Okay? So this is a moment of truth. Okay? And so think about it. So what's your main money emotion? Okay? What do you need to clear? So now that I've talked about the 4 different types of money, think about it. What's your main emotion that you have to clear? What do you have to clear? What do you think about money all the time? So be truthful. Be honest and truthful about this. Okay? Be honest and truthful about this. What do you feel and think about money all the time? What? Okay? And think, and the next one is the big belief I'm battling with is, so what's your big belief? Okay, what's your big belief? And most people will have some sort of big belief when it comes to money. So for example, my father was a self-made millionaire. And even though I wanted to become a millionaire, I had the belief that if, and this was a subconscious belief, of course, because my father became very, very wealthy, he was a billionaire at the time, in the 80s. And then he remarried and whatever. So my belief was that if you become rich, you become unfaithful. Yeah, you become, loyal to your family anymore, right? And I didn't know I had the subconscious belief until I was older, and then I had to get rid of it, right? And that caused me a hell of a lot of problems with my marriages also. But anyway, because I manifested the other rubbish in my marriage. Anyway, but the point being, that can have a profound impact on you without even knowing you have it, right? So can you now see that, you can actually say that, I see now why, can you actually say these words? I see now why I deal with, manage, spend, earn money the way I do. Can you actually say that now? Can you see how you earn and spend money? Can you see what's happening with you and money, right? This is the powerful thing. Okay, so 3 things you need to do. Okay, you need to raise your vibration, and you need to change your and you do this. You raise your vibration. When you do that, you change your energetic relationship with money. And so I promised you how. I will tell you how, and this is how you do it. Okay. Now, how do you do that? First, now I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide. I told you I'll give you a step-by-step guide. Okay. So here's my step-by-step guide, and hopefully you've got pen and papers handy. You can write this down. Okay. Begin and end your day by writing what you want. Okay, begin and end your day by writing what you want. By the way, everything I give you can be done within 15 minutes in the morning and evenings. That's it. You don't need to spend hours doing affirmation. You need to spend hours, doing vision boards of God knows and what else. This is very simple, straightforward methodology, but use it. This is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, begin and end your day by writing what you want. What you want. Okay. And I use Bob Proctor's formula, which I love his formula. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and add in whatever. So I am so happy and grateful now that, okay, that comes from Bob Proctor. It's not mine, it's from him. And I've used it ever since, and I use it with my clients. But I want to give credit where it's due, which is, what I learned from Bob Proctor ages ago. I am so happy and grateful now that I am, or I have, whatever you want. Okay, writing that. This is important. Writing things down makes it become real in the physical world. Let me repeat that. When you write things down, it becomes real in the physical universe. Okay, and you want to set clear intentions at the beginning and the end of the day. Okay, and once you've written down what you want, you say, and so it is, and so it is. Very simply, and so it is. Okay, and at the end of the day, I want you to write a thank you note to the universe. So write something like, write 3 things you're thankful for. Thank you so much that I was able to, get to work on time. Thank you so much, universe. I was able to, speak to the new client. Thank you so much. I was able to help my client manifest X, Y, and Z. Thank you so much. I was able to help my client with the X problem. Or thank you so much. I was able to do X, Y, and Z. Or thank you so much. For me, I write down things that, even things I receive from my children as a hug. So when my son comes and gives me a hug, spontaneously from his own accord, I write that down. That is so precious to me. My son and my daughter come in and give me a cuddle. Really, seriously, right? So that's my way. And I always say thank you. And they're in the top of my list when I say my thank yous to the universe, because I feel so grateful for them being in my life. Yeah. And this allows you to practice gratitude. If you live with the attitude of gratitude, you cannot but live a prosperous life. Let me repeat that. When you live with the attitude of gratitude, you cannot but live a life of prosperity and abundance. Okay, that's how powerful that is. Okay, and second thing to do is, after writing things down, okay, after you've written it down, this is also a next step, is very important. Imagine having them. Imagine they've already been there. They're already there. So this is where the feelings coming. Remember I told you about thinking and feeling? Feelings are what fuel your manifestation. So a lot of the time when you write it, it makes it powerful, it makes it real. But to fuel it, to make it more powerful, to make it real faster, quicker, to give it some momentum, act like a catalyst, you have to feel it. So the way you feel it, you imagine, use your imagination, use a powerful tool, imagination. By the way, Einstein believed imagination was the best thing ever, right? He said thinking would get you at certain places, but imagination would get you everywhere. Something like that. There's a quote up there. He says something like that. Okay, that's powerful. So imagine, manifesting. Imagine having it. See the successful results you already desire. Now, this is something that I've actually spoken to and showed to a few of my clients. Now, one of my clients, her name's Shamantha. She did a very successful Kickstarter campaign, and she set a target to raise. I think she wanted to raise $10,000 for Invisibility, her product, but she ended up doing really well. She completely surpassed that. So she manifested, I think, over $60,000 in her Kickstarter campaign, and she's done phenomenally well. And this is the things that we did together, that I told her that she needed to already see that money happening. She was concerned that she wasn't going to raise $10,000, and she ended up reading $60,000. It's phenomenal. And if those of you know anything about Kickstarter, it's not easy. It's very difficult to get people to back up a campaign that they don't even receive a product for. So these are organic people, people to campaign, back up your campaign, believing in your product before they've even seen it, before they can buy it, before they can have it. So Kickstarter is a very, very difficult platform to work on, because people have to believe in you and your product before they see it, before they buy it, before they have it. Okay, that's how backing up Kickstarter works. But she was able to, through this process, manifest over $60,000 through Kickstarter campaign alone. Okay, phenomenal. And she's another case study that will be her testimony is already on my gullkhan.com page, my gullkhan.com website. But I will be putting up a case study very, very shortly on there as well, so you can go and have a look at her case study. But she's got eyes set on 300K now, which is phenomenal, and she will achieve it. And this is the way to do it. She imagined she had already got the money. She had already received the money. The money was in the bag, and she was shipping out these products to the clients. So that's how it worked. And the feelings of satisfaction, of accomplishment, and all those things, that she would feel when she would have this successful campaign, that came first, and the physical manifestation of having a successful Kickstarter campaign came later. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. The third thing is, you need to create affirmations and write them down. So example, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Or another one would be, I always have more money coming in than going out. Okay, you need to have at least one affirmation that you say constantly. Now, I'm not saying that you don't, you said then chanting affirmation all the day, but this is basically so you're slowly but giving drops of subconscious. Amazing. Thank you so much, Basimi. She's done phenomenally well. Yeah, she has done phenomenally well. Actually, most of my clients have done really, really well. I'm really, really super, super pleased and super, super amazed at their results. But yeah, so the affirmations. So this becomes a mantra, okay? A mantra that you say over and over and over again. Just one thing. Okay, money comes easily and effortlessly. So what you're doing is you're feeding your subconscious slowly but surely. Now, this is, by the way, this is something that you can do alone. Generally, when you work with me, what I will do is we'll go and clear. So I do what's called energy clearings. Okay, and if you're not part of the Magnanimous Money Mindset group, why not? Why are you not part of the Magnanimous Money Mindset Facebook group? So if you're not, on Facebook, I have this group called Magnanimous Money Mindset. And in that group, every Sunday, I do energetic clearings on different parts. So you understand how I do those clearings in there. But in my high-end group coaching product, especially when it comes to money, we clear your energy, your negative energies and your negative money stories for you. I clear them for you. And so when you do these affirmations, the results are a lot faster and a lot quicker, because I've done the heavy lifting for you. But even if you're not working with me, this should work for you. So this masterclass is going to the premises that you may or may not want to come and work with me. That's perfectly fine. Okay. I want you to get the results. So you can do this for yourself by actually dropping this drop every now and again, dropping into subconscious mind throughout the day. Okay. Throughout the day, it becomes a mantra. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Or I always have more money coming in than going out. Okay, it's just one mantra that you just repeat again and again. What this will do is retrain your subconscious idea or belief around money, and you won't even know you're doing it. It's not sitting in a room chanting affirmations. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, as you go along when you're driving the car, just say this small mantra very quickly. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Or, as I like to say, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I mean, I say the long version, but you don't have to say the long version. Just say the small one. Just say, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. And that's it. Okay? Have the mantra and say again and again and again. It will change your energy around money. Okay, and affirmations, what do affirmations? They help declare what you do want rather than what you don't want. So instead of thinking, oh my God, will money ever come to me? You're saying to the universe, universe, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. And even though, now this is really powerful. This is really powerful. And most people miss this, okay? Because most people do this, chant affirmations constantly for about 2 days, 3 days, a week or so. That's it. And then they give up because no manifestations happen. Nothing's happened so far. Keep this in mind. Your internal world has to change first before your external world changes. First point. Secondly, things will take time, okay? They don't take very long time, but initially to get the ball rolling, it's like the snowball effect. To initially get things going, you do need to have the initial, time, be patient with it and let the universe pick up your new story, new ideas around money before things start showing up in your physical world in manifestation. And when they do come, they come in larger bunches. I mean, in Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich said, when money starts coming to you, it comes in such large avalanches. You think, where the hell has it been hiding all the times? When you're scarcely for money, when you're thinking, where the hell is money going? Where's it coming from? You think, how did I ever not have money before? And that's how you get to the point when you really understand true elements of money and the benefits of money. You start thinking, why did I even doubt it? Why did I even not have the money before? It becomes a completely oblivious thing, like, why did I ever think like this? Okay, that's the truth, that's the reality, and that's how it is. It's, for example, when people at one point in time thought the world was flat. Remember, they thought the world was flat. Now, the idea that people can think the world was flat is completely incomprehensible. You think, what? How is that possible? The world is round, right? But that's because when you know the truth, when you see the truth, when you experience the truth, then for you to go back to the old reality is completely incomprehensible. And therefore, when money starts coming and showing up comes into left, right, center, you're like, oh my God, where was it hiding all these years? Why was it hiding all these years, and so forth? Okay, but that's the beauty of it, and that's the key. Okay, but initially you do need to put the time and effort in slowly. And the way I'm teaching you is, don't stay in the room and chant affirmations. Go about, do what you need to do, but at the same time have this mantra that you're saying, because these will help you to declare to the universe what you do want instead of what you don't want. Okay. So now here is my 5 steps to money breakthrough formula, okay? Step number 1, awareness of your current situation on a particular type of money you want to work on, okay? I've given you 4 types of money. We've got income, we've got income, savings, debt, and income goals, okay? So think about it. What money do you want to work on? And what particular type of money do you want to work on, okay? Step number 2 is to identify your money blocks on that particular type of money. So what is a money block? Money block is just the negative beliefs and ideas you have, which prevents money from coming to you, that type of money coming to you. For example, in your savings, if you have particular energies or beliefs or stories around savings, then that will become a block for the energy of savings to come to you. Okay, that's what I mean by that. So identify your money blocks in that particular type of money. Step number 3 is clear your money blocks around that money type. So I've just told you, whatever, if you identify that, for example, if you believe that if you have money, people, you become greedy when they have money, change it. So people become even more generous when they have money, because they can give their time and money and help people not only with the time, but also with money. Change your beliefs, change your ideas when it comes to it. Consciously do that, okay? Step number 4 is ask and say and receive. Remember the 3 things I told you to do daily? The 3 things you're supposed to do daily? The 3 steps, remember? I told you about above? Okay? We just went through. So if you've forgotten, just, after the watch the replay afterwards, okay? And step number 5 is start receiving. And as you do, make a journal. And this is absolutely key. Okay, now, Tony Robbins says, where energy flows, where focus goes. If you, and law of attraction tells us, whatever you're focusing on will grow. Whatever you're giving energy to will grow. Okay, that's a law of attraction's rule. So if you think about what you're receiving, if you have a journal and you're receiving, for example, you receive £5 or £10 or $100, whatever. My one tip I give to my clients is, if you receive anything, be it a $5 or $10 or whatever you receive, what you should do is receive it and then say, thank you so much, universe or God or whatever you want to call it. I call it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you so much, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can you just multiply this by 1,000 or 100,000 and give it back to me? So if I receive, example, even if I receive a penny or something on the ground, I'll pick it up, say thank you, and say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can you just multiply this by 1 million and get it back to me? Imagine having 1 million pennies, whatever that is, whatever that amount of money is, right? And I come home and I put that penny in my charity box. It's fine. Okay. If I receive £5 or £10, whatever money I receive it graciously, and I'm so grateful for it. And then I say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can you just multiply this by 1,000 or multiply this by 100,000 or multiply by 1 million and get it back to me? Why not? Right? So you're gratefully receiving. And then also, the more you focus on receiving, the more you realize all this money is coming to you, or even if it's non-monetary things. Okay. For example, I always put my receiving when I get my hugs for my children, when I get my children when they do something, when my kids do something, or I get something emotional, because I'm a very emotional person. So when a friend gives me a compliment, or when a client like Susan just did, when she just gave me a compliment, and I adore them, by the way, they're such fantastic people, and I feel privileged to be able to work with them. So when I get a compliment from these amazing people telling me how I've helped to shape their life or change their life, that goes in my journal. That goes in, like, I'm so grateful that I can do this. I'm so grateful I was able to help X, Y, and Z. I'm so grateful that I was able to do this for her or him or her, whatever. And that is the beauty of it. Okay. The more I see it, the more I notice it, the more I receive it, the more I put it in my book, writing it down, guess what will happen? The law of attraction sees that and gives me, guess what? More of it. Yeah. This is absolutely imperative. And what you don't want to do, a lot of people, so they start manifesting and things start coming, like they explain it away, like, oh, that's a coincidence. Oh, that was a coincidence. No, hell no. You are manifesting it. You've done this. You've created this. You've actually physically, consciously created this. So accept it and reward yourself and say, oh, thank God I manifested that. Oh my God, I'm so happy I manifested that. Oh my God, I'm so grateful and happy that I manifested that. So receive it. Be happy and grateful that you actually manifested whatever that you have manifested, and accept it. Do not explain it away. Do not explain it away. Okay? So now comes to the point. So I've given you everything that I set out to, and quickly I'm going to, before I wrap this up, I want to ask you a few questions. So true or false? If you don't change this, this will continue. If you don't change it, it will continue. The cost will continue. And this is so much bigger than money. So much bigger than money. So one of the biggest things that people come back to me and say, one of my clients, I'll talk about Christine. So Christine didn't manifest as much money as, because I have clients who manifested 62,000 within 8 weeks. Another client, 100,000 within 8 weeks. Another client, 58,000 within 8 weeks. And Donna, she had, I'll give you an example of Donna. I think she was on here actually. She was able to manifest a 5-figure settlement for her divorce, which until then she hadn't, okay, before working with me. Then there's another client, and she manifested $100,000, within 8 weeks of working with me. I mean, we've got recently, Shamantha, who's manifested 60,000. So I've got all these big amounts. But I'm sharing the story for Christine. Then, by the way, there's two Christine. There's Christine here in London, not in London, in UK, and the Christine in Canada. So I'll talk about the Christine in Canada. She when she came to work with me, she was more concerned about her emotions rather than her physical self. So she just wanted to manifest $1,500, which is fine. So she set herself a target of $1,500. But her major things about her relationships, about how she was with people. Now, I'm not a relationship coach, by the way. I am not a relationship coach. I'm not a business coach. But I know for a fact that my work is so profound. It changes you. It changes your outlook on life. It changes how you view and think and behave with people. And therefore, you cannot help but impact your relationships. And she came back, and I've got her video testimony already on this, which talks about how she manifested $1,500. That was her target, and she manifested that. Someone through a tax return that she, something surprising tax returns, or God knows what else she manifested through from. But her major breakthrough was her relationships, the confidence, the self-belief she had now. And I saw that. I saw the growth in her character from somebody who wasn't very confident in who she was, to at the end of 8 weeks, she was a very confident and very self-confident person. She was able to speak out loud and speak properly in amazing ways, which blew me away because she was amazing. And now she actually believed that she was amazing. And that self-belief, that is what's amazing. So this is, even though I'm talking about money and we talk about money stories and healing your inner wounds, this goes so much beyond money. It's so much more deeper than just, the spiritual, the material things about money. Okay, it's much more deeper than that. And however, this, by staying in your current situations, it has cost you so much more than money also. Okay, you need to accept that. By living the way, if you're living in the daily 9-to-5 grind, if all you're thinking about is paying your bills and making sure you have enough money to, to cover the bills and a few expenses, maybe go on holiday once or twice a year, if that's all you're doing, you're not living. You're just breathing. You're not living. Okay, you're here to thrive, not survive. And this is my thing to you. So the power of clarity with the new conscious awareness like this, okay, when you can see and feel it, you have the power and choice to shift, to change everything, not just money, but everything around you, to totally operate differently in the way you earn, manage, create money and wealth. And I'm going to say the wealth word. Yes, wealth. I'm all about not just creating money, but creating wealth. Why not? Why not make enough money to be able to, go and do the courses you want to do? Why not be able to, if you want to retire, so for example, I have a particular target in mind, but if you want to, stop making money, or, why would I ever want to stop making money? But anyway, but if I don't want to be doing coaching anymore, whatever, in a few years time, I can let that go and do the courses that I have that are very close to my heart, to go traveling around the world, to leave a legacy behind. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how powerful this is? You can do anything. You can do anything. And you can operate from a totally different way in terms of, how the average person operates from. And you can have totally different dreams and aspirations. You can be a completely different person because you want and desire different things now, because you're not just fulfilling the basic needs. Remember that the human needs, the triangle of human needs I talked about earlier? You're no longer just thinking about feeding yourself, about food, shelter, and clothing. You're not thinking just about security. You're actually now going to the next level up, which is about love and relations. And then the next one after that is about self-awareness, self-realization, about who I am, and what praise can I get. And then after that is actually the last one is contribution. How are you contributing to the world? What are you going to legacy and leave behind when you die tomorrow? What will people remember you by and say what about you? That's it. So to be clear and focused, you have to take specific action, right? The powerful decisions require clarity. Without clarity, you cannot take powerful choices or decisions. Clarity lets you be decisive and take specific action. Bottom line, you can decide today to change everything, okay? So when your money specific inner world changes, your outer world will change. That's it, okay? And then I said this at the beginning of this masterclass, and I'm saying this now. When your money specific inner world changes, your outer world, the outer reality, especially when it comes to money, has to change. But there's no other way around it. And so, what will that mean for you? What will that mean for you? Okay. Now, I recommend, my recommendations, by the way, but I'm not saying anything, I'm just telling you, okay, my recommendations. I highly recommend you seriously challenge your uncovered money beliefs that we did. And if I did speak fast, I highly recommend go back and watch this. As you can see, I haven't sold anything. This is purely that you understand this, okay? I highly, highly, highly recommend you go back and think about all of those elements that I've talked about and uncover your money beliefs, okay? You need to rewire your nervous system, okay? And to make it easy, I've even given you my 5-step money breakthrough formula, okay? I've made it easy. I made it very, very easy step-by-step for you, okay? Okay. Now, I want to help. Now, I'm not selling anything, but I do want to help. And I know for a fact that I've got story after story that I can help you with. I'm going to give you an example of Kalyani, okay? And Kalyani is another example. Somebody who wanted to manifest money, but she didn't want to, and I can actually help you manifest money too. So with her, she wanted to manifest money, but she didn't want to manifest it through conventionally. She was a fitness, she's an ex-accountant who, so she comes back from a corporate background, and she became a fitness mom or whatever. She wanted to move away from the business. She wanted to manifest $2,000. I think that was the target. And she came around and she worked with me for 8 weeks. And I think by week 7, she manifested over, I think, was it $1,500 in gift cards? I mean, I was happy with that. Honestly, that was a great manifestation for me. I was done with that. I was happy with that. But before the 8 weeks were over, she called me up and she told me, go, she's manifested 2,000 in gift cards. I mean, that's absolutely unheard of. And by the way, her testimony is already on my gullkhan.com. You can go and check it out. All these people that I'm talking to, their stories and their testimonials are actually on my website. I'm not just pulling numbers or names out of the air. Okay, so because I don't have pictures. I'm not, like I said, I'm not selling anything. I'm just giving you examples. So manifestation can take place, but there are other people whose businesses need to take off. So, example, I worked with someone called Sabine, and Sabine, the first time when she worked with me, again, because her inner world had to change, we had to work a lot on her inner world, and it didn't actually change as quickly outside. However, her inner world started changing. She became more calm and happier around money, and that was the beauty of it. She became calmer and happier with money. And when she went through the second round, remember, when you come to work with me on my high-end coaching, it's a 12-month program. It's not a 6-week or 8-week program. I don't think you can see the shifts and work in 8 weeks. I really don't believe that. I think you're wasting money, and I don't want to waste your money or my time. So I'm very selective with who I work with. And so if I'm going to invest my 12 months with you, I want to make sure that I can actually help you, and it's worth you investing yourself, in that much, because it will require investment, of course. So anyway, coming back to this point with Sabine. So the next 8 weeks after that with Sabine, she was able to, grand scale her business. And now she set up her business so well that she's now sold out her testimony courses on gullkhan.com. She's sold out her one-to-one coaching. She's now, I think, investing in another business coach, and high-end business coach, a 7-figure business coach. She's gone on, and she's actually putting up an event. So we're actually going to collaborate together and put on an event, a luxury event in the Docklands in central London next summer. Okay, that's how her business just boomed, literally just exploded. So this is my point to you. When your internal world changes, it may not show as quickly on the outside as somebody else's. So somebody else can manifest quickly money very quickly, like Maya. Within 6 weeks, she was able to manifest her 12-month target with just 5 clients. It was crazy. But at the same time, with someone Sabine, it didn't take 8 weeks. It took a bit longer. It took the second round. So she did the 8-week program that I have, which is a core element of my coaching. She did it the second time round. Because obviously she's in there for 12 months. When she did the second time around, that's when the biggest booms came. And her business just blossomed. Okay, honestly, amazing. So I want to give you exact steps to completely new energy, action, and destiny with money, and I can do that. Okay. So with all my knowledge and all that I have, I've turned all my knowledge into a truly transformational program. I really have, okay? And which goes beyond mindset and law of attraction and tapping on modality or anything like that. It's specifically and laser focus on money blocks. I'm an energy healer. I can work on relationships and God knows what else. But I specifically choose only to work on money because I know how much of an impact it can have. Because once you get your money story sorted, everything else falls into space. Everything else falls into place. Honestly, it does. So, it brings the 3 phases of transformation and results, okay? Now, this isn't another mindset or abundance program. I'm not selling that at all. It's a comprehensive step-by-step process so you can let go of subconscious money programming and create a powerful, now free from those limiting beliefs and using the energy tools. I'm an energy healer. I will be using energy tools. I use the psychology of success, and I do use NLP, and I do use brain hacks, and especially energy tools. So these are all the tools in my toolbox that I use with my coaching clients. And you get 3-4 phases of transformation and results. You get consciously raising your clarity in terms of what's wrong with you, or in terms of what's causing your money issues to start with. Then you get results-based transformation. And then once you have that, you can unleash your inner power. You really unleash your inner power, and that is where the power comes. That is when the boom comes. That's when the amazing transformations come. Now, I'll give you a couple of the examples. So a couple of people that I work with. One of the examples I'll give you is Kusha. So Kusha has recently, she comes from a corporate background, and she was a 6-figure corporate person, and she's from India, and she's living in India. So coming from India, from a corporate background, which was a 6-figure earner, she was a high earner. And from there, she transformed onto online because she wanted to work around her son. She wanted to be more, because she felt that her son was being brought up by her parents rather than herself. And she felt very guilty about it, with the Indian Asian culture. She felt really guilty, and she wanted to, she didn't want to be in the corporate environment. She wanted to spend more time with the child growing up because she only got one son. So for that reason, she transformed onto the online business. And there she struggled. And even though she had the ability, she had the talents, but she struggled. However, when she started working with me, we were able to transform her inner stories. We would first raise the conscious, and by the way, her testimonial is also on gullkhan.com. So Kusha transformed her inner, stories about money, And not only did she transform it, she was actually, you know, and has got amazing results and is now thriving on the online platform. She was also featured in the Chandigarh newspaper, which for those of you who know India, who know that's the local national newspaper. So she was featured, and I've got her testimony on that as well, where, you know, in a 3-column, you know, with a picture with the sun, and, you know, a whole article was written on her. Now that's an amazing publicity. Can you, you know, I mean, I couldn't imagine that, you know, would come in, because she was recognized because she's doing so well. They did a local newspaper did an article on her. I mean, that's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, really, seriously, right? So this is, I know, when you change your inner stories, phenomenal things like that can happen, and you can really unleash your inner power. Okay. So, okay. So when you consciousness raising clarity, what does that do? Clarity frees you to be clear, decisive, and be focused. Okay, each step begins with clarity, and your true reasons for you and your money are not where you want to be. Okay, we work on that, and you see with clarity, you can see hidden roots, the beliefs, the rules, emotions, the traumas that connected those limiting set points, and the real cost that you've been paying in every area of your money touches it. Okay, so you realize why everything's been happening and why that is as it is. And when you unleash your inner power, this is a profound inner shift which will activate the energy, excitement, and new determination about earning and managing money. Okay, and you really will become determined about earning and managing money, which I think is powerful, because you can see I'm very passionate about money. I really am. Okay, I have 2 passions: money and Bollywood. All right. So first, we uncover and clear away everything that usually stops you from stepping up and taking action with bigger, bolder, more confident energy. So no more self-sabotage. And then we open up your resources of true and inherent inner power and your true inner brilliance. So you'll be truly amazed at what you're able to do and give, and how quickly. Okay. So my point to you now, and the closing remarks are going to be, you have 2 choices today. You can decide to change the costly way it's been to a whole new energy and reality with money by 2 ways. There's only 2 ways. You can take away all the aha moments and go through the training again and do it or go alone, right? You can. Or you can take the path of certainty and let me guide you every step of the way and ensure your success. Those are the only 2 things you've got. You can do it yourself, or actually, no, 3 steps. First step is do it yourself. Number 2, go on Google. Go on Google some more answers. Or step 3, path of certainty. You can let me be your guide. You can give me the privilege of being your guide and guide you step by step in the process and ensure your success. Okay. Now this, like I said, this is not another money mindset or abundance program. Seriously, I'm not selling anything. It's a comprehensive step-by-step process that lets go of your subconscious money programming to create a powerful now from those limiting beliefs. I am asking you to apply to work with me. I will choose my clients. I'm being very honest and transparent. Okay. I have to be very honest and transparent. Not everyone who comes to work with me gets to work with me, because I do choose my clients very carefully. If I'm not able to help you, I will point you in the right direction. I will send you away to whatever I think is possible for you, right for you. That's what I'll do. If I feel that I can help you, I will bend over backwards to see how I can, work with you, what we can do, and how I can help you. I do that. Okay, I do that, but only if I feel I can help you. If I don't feel I can help you, there's nothing. I will guide you and tell you where to go. I am very selective with my clients for this reason, because I am going to invest my next 12 months with you. I rather work with somebody who I know I can get results for than somebody who I don't think is going to be able to have an impact. Will be vested in themselves, and it doesn't matter if you can afford the investment or not. Okay, you have to be able to afford the investment, but I don't want to be wasting your time and my time. Okay, that's why I'm very selective. But if you do get to come and work with me, here's the top 5 benefits of that you get when you work with me. Thank you, Basina. Thank you so much. The top 5 benefits you get from working with me are, first of all, you feel calm and happy around money. That's the first thing that happens, and it has to happen, okay? When you know that money is something that you create yourself and you can attract to yourself, you become calmer and happier. You don't become anxious and worried about money anymore. Number 2, you'll improve your performance at work or in your business and feel more motivated to succeed. Because when you know that, you're going to achieve success in this, you can do X, Y, and Z, you become more motivated to do it. Instead of sitting there in procrastination, instead of sitting there in overwhelm, you want to take steps A, B, and C so you can get your results. Okay, that's why it's so important. 3, you'll feel happier, so you feel better and healthier and have more energy. Because, by the way, the stress of money is the worst stress, by the way. Most people are suffering from this, and they're tired of thinking and worrying about money, or how the bills are going to pay it and how this and whatever else. So when you don't have to stress about money, you feel happier and you are healthier. Number 4, you have more balanced life and you feel more in control. Most people feel out of control because they're running and chasing that dollar because they know they've got bills to pay. And that's the major reason why they feel out of control, because they don't feel they control their life. They feel that money controls it, or the external society controls them, or other people control them, okay? So you'll improve your relationship. And the last thing, you'll improve your relationships. So my final call to action for today is, if you want me to help you with your money stories, book a call with me today, okay? I haven't put, you know, there should be a link if I in somewhere up, either up or below somewhere here, which you can click on and book a call with me. And on that call, and there's a you can't just book a call. There is an application process. You do have to fill in an application. You go through that, you know, book a time slot and fill in the application, and then let's see how we can help. And I'm happy to jump on a call and help, see what blocks you have and see what issues you have and how I can help you. And if I can help you, I will. If I cannot, I will point you in the right direction, and we part ways as friends. Okay, so for the time being, that's my recommendation to you. Otherwise, I do recommend you go through the training again, because I did cover a lot. And as I said, I promised everything. There's nothing, everything for your benefit, and I hope you got maximum benefit from it. So thank you so much, and I'm going to stop sharing now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and I'm going to wish you good night until the next time we meet. Good night, and God bless.